Well, hi-ho, folks, and welcome back to the adventures of Turwinkle, the Gnome Mage. Well, hi, Turwinkle.
Salutations.
Are you all set for today, sir?
Sure.
Well, great, because today we are going to go talk to the guild called the Argent Crusade. And we've come here to Hearthglen, and this is where their home base is, here in Wrymrest Accord. And so without any further ado, once again, we're going to talk with the guild called the Argent Crusade. Alrighty, folks. And we are back, and once again, we're here in Hearthglen, and once again, we are going to be talking to these guys right over here. That's right, it is, and we are very excited as Turwinkle runs up, it is none other than the Argent Crusade. And right up front, we have a dragon right next to us. Hello, Aurelia. Do we know Aurelia? Is she a mortal enemy, sir? Okay.
I've never met that dragon before in my life.
And right up front here, we have Tillerin. Again, I messed that up. How do you pronounce that again?
You hate me, don't you? Tyrellian.
Tyrellian. Helbrecht. Anybody who knows Turwinkle knows that we can't pronounce names. But Tyrellian, Helbrecht, he is the High Lord of the Argent Crusade. He's currently alive for the most part. Now, sir, what happened?
All right. So, long story short, we were investigating. It was me, it was Twigs on the gnome there, and then we were helping out one of our new scholars. And we were in an old temple down in Uldum. And for some reason, we were attacked by a sand djinn, the sand demon thing. And it didn't go so well for us. But we had a fire mage who kept trying to throw fireballs into blocks of sand, so it kept turning to glass.
Oh.
Which made it worse for us.
Yeah.
So it turned into a giant living sand beast. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, sir. Excellent. Well, and again, you are the guild leader of this awesome guild, are you not?
I pretend to be.
Okay.
But yeah, I think so.
All right, excellent. And so let us meet some of these fine folks that you have brought with you today, and I guess starting right down here on the end.
Down there at the end, you have Tweaks Shadowspanner. He's actually one of the new people we have here. He joined not long ago.
Oh, okay.
How would I explain it? He's kind of an assassin for the most part. He helps deal with the dirty business.
Okay. All right. And next?
That is going to be Kaylasa the Silver. Also the Silver Lady, also another one of our newer recruits. I mistook her for a guard and asked her for directions, and then she tried to fight me.
Oh, well, you know...
It was quite rude.
Well, a lot of times you'll find that that's how you end up making some of the best guild members, is when you're at each other's throats at the beginning. So I got to step back here for this next person here.
Well, speaking of being at each other's throats, this would be Kaiser Victory, also known as the Wolf. He is a Vrykul who we met up in Northrend during the Valgard expedition. We got into a fight, and after successfully beating him down, he decided to work for me.
Oh, excellent. Now, Mr. Wolf, sir, you're currently smiling happily. What are you smiling happily about, sir?
I just got back from a rather long mission, dealing with the undead.
And how did you deal with them?
By making them fight themselves.
Okay. All right. Excellent, sir. And this fine lady beside you, sir?
The esteemed High Priestess Mela Wendell, second in command with Tyr next to Eris. She is the Raven Priestess of the Crusade, and also Tyr's wonderful woman. Keeps me in check when I'm trying to kill people.
Oh, excellent.
She's been with us for years now.
Oh, wonderful. It's always good to have that right-hand person to either tell you when you're doing something dumb or, keeping you on the track. Isn't that right?
Which is where she keeps me.
Okay.
Not doing stupid things.
Excellent. And next?
The tall, brooding gentleman behind us would be Commander Eris Darkrend, who is the emissary for the Illidari. when the Illidari came, Eris came up to me, and we dueled for a while just to test each other out. He joined us on account that we don't go to war against the Illidari for being demons. So he's like the liaison to keep the Argent Crusade, mostly Tyr, from just going hams on some Illidari.
Now, I'm sensing a theme here, sir. Most of these people you beat into joining the guild. Is that fair to say?
Well, no. It's just these two. It's just these two. All right. But there is a rite of passage. It's the Trials of Blood, if you can beat Tyr.
Oh. Well, yeah. I'll be doing that later. So, okay. And next?
We have, if I could pronounce your name again, I believe it's Zalasia Kasparo. One of our wonderful druids is also one of the assassins. Works right alongside as second in command to the unknown and shall not be named Duskwaters, who is led by Cal over here. But we'll go back to our druid. She's an assassin and likes to be a bird to relay information to me. Oh. This one didn't try to kill me yet.
Oh, excellent. It's coming, though, sir. Okay. And last but not least, sir,
is the wonderful leader of the who don't exist, which is the Duskwalkers, the Honor Guard Cal. The last name I'm not allowed to say for fear of being stabbed. And he has come out of the shadows to welcome you to our conversation.
Okay, and now is the last name Davenport or the other?
The last name is Davenport, yes.
It's not Newt Lord?
The Newt Lord's an inside joke that probably shouldn't allow you here over. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. If you wanna have Turwinkle hear the infamous Newts.
All right.
It's the last sound you hear before you die.
Wow. Okay. So if you hear that, folks, you know you're already a dead person. The Newt. Okay. All right, guys. Well, with that, we are going to find out what these guys are all about. Coming up next, this awesome guild called the Argent Crusade. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Tyr, the Argent Crusade, awesome name. How did you guys obtain and come up with that name for your guild?
I will not lie. We didn't come up with it. I'll admit, if you look around this fine establishment, this is Blizzard's. But as they've decided that they were going to have, I don't want to give any spoilers, so I can't tell you what happened at the Broken Shore. Will there be a spoiler warning?
Okay. No spoilers, sir. No spoilers.
Exactly, no spoilers. So what we do is the Argent Crusade is as the Argent Crusade is. After Arthas went down, we were bored for a little while, and then the Legion was like, hey, guess what we're going to do? So now we're back at arms, taking the fight back to the Legion.
Awesome. Now, what kind of guild is it, sir? Is it a heavy roleplay, medium, light? Do you guys PvP, PvE, raid? What kind of guild is it?
It is a heavy roleplay, as I at least request everybody has TRP3. It makes it so much easier because a lot of us do use our in-character names and not our actual character names. We're a PV everything, for the most part. We're building our PvE team slowly but surely to make sure we have the good people for it. For the most part, though, it is roleplay built around going and exploring the world and fighting the spookies that you don't think about anymore.
Okay. I like that, fighting the spookies, you bet. Well, excellent. So heavy roleplay, some PvE in there. It sounds like a lot of fun. And so, folks, we're going to come back and we're going to find out how you can join this awesome guild, the Argent Crusade. Coming up next. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Tyr, I'm watching this episode, and I love everything you guys are about. And I love the look. I love the place where you guys roleplay, and I want to join you. So first and foremost, who do I talk to?
First and foremost, you got to find at least one of the members. They will roleplay with you. They'll see how you do in a situation. They'll talk to you, see how you react to people around and general stuff, and then they will lead you to an honor guard, which we currently have the Kaiser. Kaiser is not technically an honor guard. He is a champion, we'll explain that sooner or later, I believe. You have Eris, you have the High Priestess Mela, and then you have Cal, if you can find Cal. You got to find one of them, roleplay with them for a while, explain your situation. Generally, just chat with them, see how you like them, see if they like you, and then if you qualify with them, they will send you to me. This is where it gets hard, because I will make you go with me on a personal mission out into the world and test your ability to fight. Now, if I am unable to go with you, I will assign you to one of the recruit divisions, which I believe right now we have Tweaks. He's supposed to be going and dealing with some spiders, but he's been taking his time, so that's why he's still enlisted there.
Okay.
So yeah, the chain of command goes for anybody in the guild. You talk to them, you go up one to the honor guard or to our champions, and then if they like you, they'll send you to me.
All right. Now, is there an age restriction getting in?
No, I don't require any ages, because from what I've noticed, that old people can be just as immature. So no age. The only thing that I request is some sense of maturity and to know when to not do something stupid. Being stupid is my job. I have that.
All right. Is there a class or race restriction?
Normally there would be, as the Argent Crusade is kind of iffy with demons and everything. But with the reform as we are, no. Everything is welcomed as they are. The only thing that we watch for is demonology warlocks and death knights, who are just angry death knights, and then demon hunters, who will be directly under Eris. Those three are heavily watched over, usually by me, just to see how you act and how you respond to people in general. Everybody else, do what you want to do, though.
Okay. Now, is there a level requirement?
At first there wasn't, but then I realized that you can't get to Hearthland safely unless you're 40 or above, usually. So we require or request, unless you're confident in your ability to get up here, level 40 and up.
Well, that's fair. I mean, and that really doesn't take you too long. I mean, that may be a week's work, and there you go. Bada boom, 40. It's pretty easy nowadays to get up there.
I would believe you, but the last time we talked, Turwinkle was level 61. That was almost 2 weeks ago, I think.
Well, again, yeah, we don't. Turwinkle doesn't count as far as leveling for folks. Don't follow my example, taking only 2 or 3 quests a week, and because it'll take you a while. Yeah, if you're doing it the Turwinkle way, yeah, it'll take you a couple years. But for the average person playing the game, maybe a week. So, yeah. All right. Now, again, we've kind of covered the OOC interview, or the IC interview, which sounds like a great process, moving up the chain. And I think what I like about that as well is that it gives you an opportunity to meet a bunch of people in the guild and get a one-on-one with the guild leader as well is a nice touch you guys have there. Is there an OOC interview?
I don't require an OOC interview just because, if you do the IC interview, like if you want to and you do it, I do require you talk to me somehow or another. So yeah, if you do the IC interview, we don't need an OOC interview. If we do the OOC interview, all it is me being the obvious questions. Hey, do you have any problem not trolling people in roleplay or being obvious just to be rude and obnoxious? If you do, we won't take you.
Excellent.
Do you have any problem with add-ons? Because we do use TRP3 as our main one. And do you have any problem wearing a tabard? Because the tabard's the pride. You gotta wear it.
That's right. Lastly, do I have to know how to roleplay to be in the guild?
No. That is actually where the chain of command starts in. Because if you don't know how to roleplay, you won't want to go walk up to somebody and talk with them and roleplay with them, which is perfectly fine. If you don't know how to roleplay, you are more than welcome to whisper me directly, and I will actually sit down with you, just a one-on-one sit down with you, and talk to you about how your character is, how you want them to be, just general stuff. Like, I will actually, if you haven't made a character or just don't know what you're going to do with them, I will welcomely sit down with you and talk about everything you want to talk about. So no, if you don't know how to roleplay, not a problem. Come on in.
Well, excellent. You'll help teach them how to.
Exactly.
Well, perfect. All right, guys. Turwinkle has passed all those prerequisites. He's gone out and did Tweak's job and killed a bunch of spiders, and he's come back, and now he is part of the guild. So when we come back, we're going to find out the rules I have to follow now that I'm part of the Argent Crusade. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back, and we are talking the rules to being in the Argent Crusade. And first and foremost, sir, what are the in-character rules that I have to follow now that I'm part of the guild?
The first, well, I guess they're on par with each other. The Crusaders follow the rules of the Church of Holy Light, which is the 3 virtues. compassion, patience, rectitude. I lied, there's 7. Rectitude, courage, benevolence, politeness, honesty, and honor. All you really have to do to maintain in-character rules is uphold yourself as if you cared about who you were. That's pretty much the only major rule, is just show some pride in who you are and the guilds you're with. Aside from Kaiser here, if you do have minions of demon or undead variety, we do request you leave them outside of the walls for reasons. Politeness, that's just the average. If you're polite, try to be nice to people. This is your guild. This is who you're with. Courage, never back down, even with spiders. You gotta face your fears.
Okay.
And I'm being yelled at right now. Loyalty, as I'm being told, which is the 3 virtues. The loyalty. If you do plan to leave the guild, let me know. It won't be a problem. If you found somebody else that's cooler than us, by all means, just let me know. Go ahead and be with them. But if you're going to be part of us, let me know what's going on. That's all I ask. To sum it all up, for the rules, be nice, be cool. That's it.
All right, pretty simple. And I think most guilds follow that pretty much the same set of rules. Be nice, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Treat everybody with respect in and out of guild, and you'll be fine. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's really it. Care for who you are and who you're with. That's all I ask.
All right, well, excellent. So there you go, folks. Really simple rules, nothing too difficult to understand. And so when we come back, we're going to find out what ranks are in the guild, where Turwinkle's placed as a new member, and what ranks he could achieve within it. So we'll find out all about the ranks coming up next. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so Turwinkle is brand new to the guild, so where is he placed as far as ranks are concerned?
Alrighty. When you first get into the guild, so once you come and talk to Tyr, you'll be signed up as an enlisted. The enlisted are the ones who I send out on the easier missions, such as the Spider Brigade, or in the case of what I've learned not to do, you take them with you to fight genies. You'll have 3 assignments. You'll have 1 group, 1 solo, and then 1 command assignment. Which the group assignment is you go with 2 or 3 people, and one of them will lead the event for you. The solo is I will take you with myself, but I won't be there like in character. I'm just overwatching to see how you handle the situation. And then command, I will give you command over 2 or 3 people and have you lead that event. The events I will schedule and I'll set up for you and take care of all of the finer details and just see how well you can handle it as if you had to lead. So if your commanding officer died, you have to take command and see how you do that. If you can complete your first 3 trials, you will be put up as an aspirant, which is you are fully indicted into the crusade, and you're welcome at the fancy parties. The aspirants are just slightly better. They will continue doing their missions as assigned. They will be the first to call on if there is no commander available to lead the event. They will lead the enlisted with them. After, I believe, five assignments completed, so no one died, no one was shot back, we didn't lose anything. 5 completed assignments, you'll be opened as a squire. A knight or above has to take an aspirant to be a squire as under them, and then they will train them with one-on-one training, events, missions, and just general training. Like if you want to do PvE, they will teach you how to do your class and stuff like this. If you already know how to do that, we'll have your RP with us. Yeah, or if you want to PvE, we'll pass you over to them. They'll teach you the nicks and tricks, and they'll do that with you. You become one-on-one, become best friend, or your worst enemy. Your choice. Once your knight has agreed that you have completed your training and your squireship, you will be a knight as a full knight, which is the 3rd highest rank, give or take, and you'll be pretty much top of the line underneath the officers and champions. You will have your own squire if you feel like taking one on. You will lead small events as the leader of the event, I guess, and generally just be one of the more respected members. Now, the only way to become the champion, which is right under honor guard, which is the officer rank, the champion has to complete the 3 trials, which are the trial of blood, which is you have to stand inside the middle of the arena while the honor guard wail on you and survive as long as you possibly can. It's not a fair fight, I'm aware of this. The trial of patience is you have to fight me in a one-on-one fight, and I'm a proud paladin, so I don't die very easily. and you got to put up with me taunting you the entire time. And then the trial, I believe, of speed is you have to chase around either my druid or Cal here around the entire arena and try to catch them, using any means you have to catch up with them in a giant circle. If you complete your 3 trials, you'll be welcomed as a champion, which is the highest rank possible underneath the honor guard, which is the officers. As I think I said that, but I'm going to repeat myself anyway. If you complete everything I've mentioned prior to this, you'll be right on par with being an honor guard, which changes based on the approval of the guild. As a champion, you will have all rights as one of the officer honor guard, aside from being directly in control of everything. That is what the champions are, is they are the highest rank available underneath, or right above everything. And then the only way to get past being a champion is the guild has to approve that you are better than one of the current honor guard. It's a complete vote from the entire guild if you are better. So if you are a champion and no one knows you, that's where you will stay. Now, if you are a champion and you've met everybody, you've role played with everybody, they've seen you fight, and you are just an inspiring bundle of joy, I will take a vote. And if everybody agrees, you can take an officer position. Which brings me up to the officer position, which is the honor guard. Pretty much as I believe someone's mentioned once or twice now in my entire life, they babysit me. Tyr is a fair bit reckless. He likes to hit things with his shield and is wanted by the guards a couple times. They're the ones who keep everything under control when I am not here or when I am doing something stupid. They lead when I'm not here. They answer questions. They're pretty much the co-leaders of the guild. And that pretty much sums it up, aside from, I guess, if you do want to go into the RP rating, or the RP rank as well.
Well, I guess above officer is your position, isn't that correct, sir?
I did, and I was hoping you weren't going to mention that. Yes, it is actually possible to take the guild from me if you want. The way to do this is if you have approval from the guild that you could lead better than I can, or that they like you more, and then you can beat me in a 1v1 duel, I will actually step down and you will take command of the guild.
Oh, excellent. Done and done, sir. So when we come back, folks, Turwinkle will be leading the Argent Crusade, and I may keep you on as an aspirant, sir. I hope that's okay. And
you're going to take me on? I see how it is.
All right, well, that sounds awesome, sir. And if you can, real quick, go through the roleplay ranks.
Okay, so roleplay ranks. We have 4, I believe. 4. We have the knights, which are the frontline fighters. They're honorable. They wear our tabard. They wear our colors. They're the ones who we send in to deal with problems. Then we have the circle of magi, however you want to say it. I don't judge. Which is usually caster types. So wizards, or mages, warlocks, and other associated casters. We have the Tyr's Guard, which right now we don't currently have any because the person who is leading them left WoW. The Tyr's Guard are Tyr's personal guard. Whenever I join the fight, they're right beside me. And then we have that which shall not be named, the Duskwalkers, which is one of the biggest things to explain, and hardest to explain for that matter. Who they are is they don't exist unless Tyr wants you to. They're my scouts, my assassins. They're the shadows that deal with things when I don't want to.
Well, there you go, folks. Some awesome roleplay ranks as well. And so a little bit of both within the guild to look forward to as a guild member. Something to attain while in the guild, which is always good. A well-structured guild is a happy guild, I always say. And so when we come back, we are going to be talking about guild events. And so we'll find out what kind of guild events the Argent Crusade participate in. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Tyr, what kind of guild events does the Argent Crusade participate in?
We have our individuals, which are, I'll send you to a random place in the world, for good reason, usually, just to get you out of the city or the general place that you roleplay and get you into the world and build in story. These are usually pretty quick, or however long you want to go and explore the area. We then have the squad or unit missions, or RP missions, which will send you and your group out onto an actual assignment, which will be important to some way or another. And you'll build, usually in hopes is what the plan is for these, is you will build a stronger relationship with who you're playing with. You'll learn how they play, how they talk, you'll just generally be with them doing things. Then we have the conquests, which are much bigger. These are led by me, usually, and they are mostly everybody, and then everybody in there assigned divisions. So like the Duskwalkers and the Magi will do parts in the event. These are usually about 6 to 8 events long, with what's the word? Cumulative damage. So if you get hurt during the event, we will keep going with it. They succeed if we finish and do what the ending is trying to achieve, or they will fail if everybody dies or gets hurt. That sums up the lead events, I guess, and then otherwise roleplay is freeform. You're welcome in Stormwind for the most part. The guards shouldn't give you too much trouble. That's pretty much it. Sums it up. It's just you will always have or be with somebody doing roleplay events if you're outside in the world.
All right. Now, is there any like guild meetings that happen?
About every 2 weeks, I'll have everybody come in here. They'll in-characterly discuss how everything's doing, how events are going. Are you happy with the way your events go? The team you're with, this, and this. I'll do the promotions that deserve, the demotions that are deserved. Yeah, about every 2 weeks, we bring everybody in, discuss how things are going and what's going on with them.
All right, well, excellent. And so, folks, when we come back, we're going to find out what the current storyline is for the guild and find out what they're doing in Legion. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, and we are back. And so, Tyr, the Argent Crusade being a heavy roleplay guild, what are you guys doing as far as your current storyline right now?
Right now, we are on one of our conquests, which is known as the Infinity Well. This is where Tyr got beat up as we were in a tomb, and we were investigating an arcane source of unknown magic that was found by the Schnotz. Schnotz bandits is down there. We had our scholar down there who was investigating, and towards the end, when the Jinn attacked, we were unable to actually fight it off because there was 4 or 5 of us available at the time. So we had to retreat, but not before we actually got the arcane energy stored up, which is currently in Tyr's left hand. Probably not for the best, but right now, that's what that is.
Okay.
So the overall current story arc that we're doing is we are trying to figure out where and why this arcane magic source is down there, and why or how this giant spirit beast showed up to murder us.
Wow. Well, it sounds very exciting and a lot of fun. So, great. So, folks, when we come back, we are going to talk to each one of these folks and find out what they enjoy about being in this guild, the Argent Crusade. So we'll be right back as we start the individual interview. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And we are at probably my favorite part of the guild interview, and that's where we talk to the people within it. Because they could have literally joined hundreds of guilds here in the game, but they've chosen this one. And so up first, we have Tweaks Shadowspanner. He is an enlisted of the Argent Crusade. Currently, mild injuries stitched up the left arm, body burns, dual revolver strapped to his hips. Sir, what happened to you?
Well, you see, went on an adventure with Turalian and a few others, and in that time, I had to make use of a little bit of shadowy business, and due to that, shadow burns across the body, so on and so forth. The cut on my arm, I fell on somebody else who had been killed by me, and cut myself on one of their bones that was protruding. So that was fun.
It's horrifying, sir. I love your shoulder pads, by the way. Where'd you get those?
Thank you very much. I did a little bit of PvP, just tried to grind it out so that I could get a nice set going here.
Yeah, it looks really great. All right, sir, what do you enjoy about being in the Argent Crusade?
If I'm being entirely honest, which is what this is all about, I've been in a lot of guilds in the game, specifically RP guilds, and a lot of guilds you have a tendency to spend a lot of time doing absolutely nothing. And it's really unfortunate because you want to meet everybody, you want to figure everybody out, but everybody's doing their own thing. A lot of time you don't get that chance to socialize. What Art is, he's very spontaneous, and oftentimes you'll be doing a battleground or just doing PvP or anything like that, and he'll just say, "Hey, what are you doing right now? By the way, you have a mission now, go do it." And he'll assign you 1 or 2 other people to go with, and it's really nice to actually be able to have that kind of constant activity within the guild.
All right, well, excellent. And I guess you are supposed to be killing spiders, sir, but you're scared of spiders. Is that what I'm hearing? You don't want to do that mission?
That's not quite correct. The people who I've been assigned to go with have have been a little bit flaky, and I'm going to get to them. But
All right. Well, that is an excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much.
thank you.
All righty, folks, and we are back. And up next, we have the Honor Guard Cal Davenport, or as everybody knows him, the Newt Lord. He is currently visibly upset. What has you upset, sir?
Well, I used to do the Brawl Pub a lot, and I just found out that the Brawl Pub has been canceled for Legion.
Well, that's horrible, sir.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So what do you enjoy about being in the Argent Crusade?
Oh, it's like a family for me. Like I've been with Tyr for almost 2 years now. Like it's been a wild ride. Back when I first joined the Alliance, I was a dwarf. I was RPing as a dwarf. I've never joined an RP guild before. It was my first time RPing, my first time joining a guild that was actually like, I can't find the word for it, but actually like there, basically. I noticed Tyr's advert in trade chat, and so I took him up on his offer for an interview, and he and I have been together thick and thin ever since.
All right. Well, you know, what's good about doing something like that and being with someone for a couple years is they almost become like family, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
And it certainly makes that guild experience just that much better.
Definitely. I could not imagine being in a different guild at this point.
All right. Well, that is an excellent, excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much. All righty, folks. Up next is Arm Master Kaiser the Wolf Victory. He's an Arm Master, former assassin, and warlock. He is a Vicruel necromancer, champion of the Argent Crusade. Hello, sir.
Hi there.
Now, interesting that a necromancer, the Vicruel of all things, would find himself in the Argent Crusade. It's got to be quite an interesting story, sir.
That it is. To put it, Kaiser, or I, was like your regular Veracruz in the Valgard Pinnacle. When Lich King started to, well, do his undead sort of takeover of the Northrend, I was selected to become a necromancer and help raise the armies of the undead for the Scourge. That is something I didn't want to do. And so I promptly left the Pinnacle and ran into Turelian, where he promptly beat the crap out of me.
Wow.
He now has me working as a sort of trainer for the recruits. I control the undead and put the recruits into combat situations, and if the recruits cannot take the combat that is currently happening, I would pull the undead back and, stop them from dying.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Now, sir, what do you enjoy about being in the Argent Crusade?
So, to kind of connect this, really, to the last person, Cal, he kind of dragged me here, essentially. I originally came into WoW 2 years ago just for the questing and, well, the gameplay. And he found an RP guild, and he told me that I should follow him. And so I did. And what I really like about being here is, well, it's a friendly guild. There's a lot of fun things going on. There's a lot of laughter. Just very friendly place. I love being here.
Well, certainly something about being in a guild makes the game, it's something that World of Warcraft has done very well, is forming a community within the game. And without it, I mean, how long do you think you would have been playing WoW if it was like a single player type experience?
I would have run this game into the ground within 3 months and never played it again.
There you go. And I think with the incorporations of guilds and the way that we've all formed these communities within the WoW community, again, and I've said it time and time again, is a lot of times it becomes a second home, and we make our own stories within the box of here's Azeroth, here's the storyline, and making up our own stories within it and making our own quests and things like that is something that will make this game last as long as it has, and has outlasted a lot of the other MMOs that may have had better graphics, better storyline, but they don't have that community. And I think WoW tapped into that, and I think that is what makes the game last as long as it has. Don't you agree?
I do.
All right. Well, excellent and fantastic answer, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, folks, and we are back, and we have the High Priestess Mila Wendell, Tyr's Trickster, Raven Priestess, Raven Tamer, is in the honor guard of the Argent Crusade. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Now, love the Raven.
Yeah, me too. My favorite mount is Raven Lord. So, and I have the Dread Raven and little pet. So I just decided to make her a Raven Tamer.
Okay, excellent. Now, I love your transmog here. How long did it take you to put together?
Not very long, because I was a big fan of the tier, I think this is tier 6 robe. And then as more expansions popped up, I just found more pieces that went with it. I didn't want to be too original. Technically, I'm using the wrong staff, but that's okay.
Well, I think it still looks nice, and to me, it matches perfectly. So, well, maybe the blue is a little off. If they were like purple gems in there, it'd be, but, and this has been Fashion Week on, no. So, excellent. Now, what do you enjoy about being in the Argent Crusade?
Well, I've been technically with Tier for a year and 3 months. I like being in Argent Crusade because it is actually my favorite faction, and I really like the idea of being part of the Argent Crusade. Normally when I have a character that's priest or paladin, I would stick them in the Argent Crusade RP-wise. It's actually been a more enjoyable guild. I get along with majority of everybody. I've always had bad blood with GMs, mostly, except for Tier. And I want to help them build a guild and have fun and WoW.
All right, well, that is a terrific answer. Thank you very much. Alrighty, folks, and we are back, and we have Commander Eris Darkrend here. He is the Illidari emissary of the Argent Crusade. He is currently in the honor guard as well, and currently keeping to himself for the most part, though not opposed to talking. So, sir, first and foremost, how are you enjoying the Demon Hunter class?
I enjoy it. It's been the class I've actually understood the most and been the most successful playing. So, and it just seems to all go together very well. All the abilities and the rotation make sense to me. So, I enjoy it a lot.
Well, it's always nice when you find that class that you really click with, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Now, again, kind of a dichotomy here, having a Demon Hunter in the Argent Crusade, but you're making it work with your roleplay, correct?
Yes. It is strange to have somebody that has demonic influences in the Argent, but at the same time, he's working, or they in general are working towards the same thing, getting rid of the demon influences that are going to harm Azeroth. So why not,
That's right.
get together and become a stronger fighting force.
Right. And you know what I love about it as well is it's not the same cut and paste type roleplay, and you can really make something creative out of it, and that's what makes role players such a great addition to any game. Is we come up with these awesome stories, and if we took the time to write down all the stuff we've done with our roleplay, I think you'd have a book that's probably just as good as anything Christy Golden can write. So excellent. I love to hear stuff like this where it's kind of different and unique. So what do you enjoy about being in the Argent Crusade?
Well, before I was in the Argent Crusade, I was in another guild. It was back when the guild was on Emerald Dream, and the situation there wasn't the best. The GM was actually, which I will not name, obviously, but he wasn't being the nicest of individuals. So most of my time was spent RPing with Turelian. I mean, that's where I went almost every day because I knew where he would be. And just, I don't know, it just seemed like a better situation. So eventually I just left the other guild, and I've been here ever since and going strong. Also, I've met several of my very close friends now in this guild, so it's been a change for the better.
Oh, well, excellent. And it's always nice to find a guild that you are comfortable with and it turns out to be a better fit.
Yes.
All right, well, that is a great answer, sir. Thank you very much. All righty, folks, and up last but certainly not least, the guild leader himself, Tyr Helbrick here, the Black Templar, High Lord of the Argent Crusade, again, guild leader of the Argent Crusade. And so, sir, your question's a little different in that what has you come back to lead this guild day after day? What brings you back?
The minions. No, I think the reason I come back every day is, as a guild leader, you're sort of like, you're the anchor that holds the guild together. If you're not doing what you're doing, everything's going to fall apart. So I think the reason that I come back every day, aside from, the fact that Eris there and Hollow and Cal and Jor, I know them outside of the game. We've done multiple things just in real life. They're probably my only decent close friends that I assume. I come back to be part of other people in the world story. Because when I first came back to WoW, and I first joined the roleplay scene 2 or 3 years ago, I was in a guild that only roleplayed with the officers. If you were somebody else, you were not part of the events. So I was like, oh, that's cool, I guess. And so I didn't want to be one of the people at, say, like the Blue Recluse or the Slaughtered Lamb who logged into the game, sat at a table, and just had meaningless roleplay. I didn't want other people to be in that situation where they log in, they don't have anybody to talk to, so they log back out and just go do something else. So I guess the reason I come back every day is so if I am online and you are online, you will have somebody to talk to. Doesn't matter about what, doesn't matter why or how long. I will be here and we will talk and you'll have a place.
Well, that is a wonderful answer, sir. And again, I think you're absolutely correct that the anchor to any guild is a good guild leader. And if you have a good guild leader, you're going to have a guild that's going to last, and one that especially pays attention to its members and doesn't treat them as kind of a nameless number within it. So with that, folks, when we come back, we're going to find out if we missed anything during the interview, and then we are going to say goodbye to this awesome guild, the Argent Crusade. We'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so Tyr, now I know we missed talking about, when we were talking about the storyline, we missed talking about what the Dustwalkers were up to. Now it's a little classified, but we do want to go into that a little bit, correct?
Yeah, he would like to, yes. I'm not going to do it, but he can.
Okay, Cal, the floor is yours, sir.
I have been given permission to give a vague idea of what I'm doing, and that is I am working on displacing a legion of undead from where they are currently held. I am gathering resources and good people to lure them out of their position, and the current plan is into a minefield.
Oh, okay, wow. But again, we don't talk about that, right?
That is as much information as I can give you.
All right, well, there you go, folks. So I guess keep an eye out, and we'll see how that turns out. And so, Tyr, I guess that kind of covers everything for the Argent Crusade, but we want to give a shout out to the community, don't we, sir?
Oh, but of course, had I known this, I have a few people in mind to threaten. I talk about.
Okay, sir.
First and foremost, I have to go with our second, I guess, group that's with us. It is the Seventh Dawn. It is a guild here on Wrymrest, another alliance guild. They are led by the wonderful Lady Lathandri Amori. I would, if you haven't spoken with her, Sir Turwinkle, I would suggest it. She's a very wonderful person. They have joined us on more than one event. Quite often or not, people have not doing so well against the undead we fought. But that's, the Seventh Dawn. Good people. Would recommend 10 out of 10. The other, we're not entirely fully grouped up yet, but is the Argent Advance, which is a horde guild on Wrymrest, where we've actually talked, and we are working on getting a horde branch together. So, for all the horde players out there on Wrymrest who are looking for an Argent guild, go find the leader of them and talk with them. From what I've seen, they are good people, they are big, they'll take care of you.
Again, folks, if you're looking for a fun guild over here on Wrymrest Accord, on the Alliance side, these guys have some great concepts with their promotions, their ranks. They have a wonderful storyline, and they are just a lot of fun to hang out with. So check them out if you're looking for a guild, looking for a home. This is certainly one where you can really get your roleplay going and enjoy some awesome roleplay with some awesome folks here in the Argent Crusade. And so with that, folks, when we come back, we're going to give our final goodbyes to this great guild, the Argent Crusade. We'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And, well, as you can see, as promised, Turwinkle has vanquished Tyr and has taken over the guild. I've got my new assistant here, Mila. And so, yeah, definitely want to thank everybody here for taking the time and patience for answering all of my pestering questions tonight. And so thank you very much, guys. I said thank you very much. You don't want to end up.
You're welcome.
There we go.
I'm
Excellent.
dead, so I can't thank you. I'm dead.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Shh. Sir, you're dead. Okay, so we have some assignments here. And as your guild leader, we have some assignments. Now, anybody that knows Turwinkle knows that for my love of fen bushberries. And so, Tweaks, I need you to go gather up some fen bushberries from the wetland, sir.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent. Alrighty, and Cal, again, anybody that knows Turwinkle knows of my hatred of cockroaches. And so I will need you to make sure there are no cockroaches here in Hearthglen, sir. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, for the rest of you other four here, you know how much I despise goblins, and Zorts is my nemesis, and so I need you to go and find Zorts and take care of that little problem for me.
Yes, sir.
By your command, High Lord.
We
Excellent.
sent out the assassins and then called for an assassination. Oh.
Okay, excellent. And Mila, I guess we will go and enjoy a wonderful repast here in the keep. So,
Okay.
excellent. And I'll just kick a little dirt on Tyr there. And excellent. So, all right, folks. Well, with that, when we come back, we're going to, Mila and I, after our meal here, we're going to give our final thoughts on my awesome guild, the Argent Crusade. We'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks. Well, we made it safe and sound back to Stormwind, and Turwinkle did give the guild back to Tyr as he was resurrected by Wolf. So the guild is back in safe hands. And so with that, again, thank that awesome guild so much. We want to give them the biggest thanks for allowing us to come and talk with them tonight. So folks, if you're looking for a great guild or here on Wrymrest Accord, definitely check out the Argent Crusade. Well, that was a good time, wasn't it, Turwinkle?
Affirmative.
You bet. So let's give them a big, big thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You bet. So, folks, if you like this episode, click that like button. If you'd like to comment on this episode or on any of our previous episodes, please do so below. Let us know what you liked and what you didn't. And finally, if you'd like to subscribe, well, we would love to have you. And so, Turwinkle, you did an excellent job tonight, sir. And Turwinkle, we will see you next time.
Farewell.
Farewell, Turwinkle. Farewell.